going to be opening up about menopause. And Belinda, welcome back to our home again.
Thank you for having me.
So this subject is really taboo. Nobody really there's been discussion, but then it's under the rug, and nobody really is out there addressing this issue.
No, it's definitely uncomfortable for a lot of people to talk about, but it's also a fact of life. So. And I thought, of course, it would never happen to me.
Of course, we all.
Yeah. I remember actually people saying, you know, she's going through the change. And never knew what that meant when I was younger, but you would hear it. It was so like.
It's ominous and scary.
Actually,
it is. And my mom had really bad menopause, so I just assumed that I would follow in the footsteps of my mother. But it doesn't work that way.
Well, what do you mean by bad menopause?
Well, she was so bad that in those days they wanted to commit her.
Oh,
you know.
Well, I can understand that.
She was in bed and depressed, and she couldn't function as a, you know, I remember that being very scary to me, and I thought, I hope that doesn't happen to me.
Right. Well, there weren't very many options back then to go to, because nobody really knew what to do. There was just one way, which was hormone replacement therapy, and then we found out all these things, that it's good, it's not good, and it was confusing.
Exactly, and getting the dosage right. So I always thought, well, maybe it won't happen to me, and then about 5 years ago, it started happening to me.
Well, what happened? What were your symptoms?
Well, I mean, it's, you know, I had sleeplessness. I was very cranky, you know, mood swings. And I think the worst thing for me were the hot flashes, which started in the beginning not being so bad, and then it just got to be debilitating, where I had to carry a change of clothing in the car.
That's severe.
And, you know, I watched my friends go through it, and I thought, oh, God, you know, I hope I don't have to suffer like that. And, you know, and it got to be so bad that I went and got my blood done for my hormonal levels, and it was time to do something about it. And so the doctor said, well, before I give you any sort of hormonal replacement, bioidentical, I don't want to do the other chemical route. I want you to try, where is it? This little device. It's called Lady Care. And it's a magnet, actually, and it's very tiny. You put it inside your underwear, and he said they've been having lots of luck with all sorts of, you know, testing with the women's police force and outside London. It's an originally British product.
Yeah.
So I put it in, and within 2 days I went from, you know, sometimes 40 hot flashes a day to 0.
That's a lot.
This is a man.
I know. I rolled my
question?
eyes when at first I thought, okay, well, I'll try it, but you know, I know that it won't work.
Can I ask a man question? I have a man question. When you say hot flash, is that literal? Like you just break out into it? So is that what that is?
It's like you can feel it from afar. It's coming. It's like a pressure, and it's like you can feel your face getting flushed, and all of a sudden it just happens, and.
And there's no stopping it. There's no, I'm going to step out into the cold. Your body will just generally, so the heat's coming from within. And is there another man question for a second, and for, I guess, guys watching, is it a shift in hormones that's going on in the body?
Yes, it's a severe imbalance of hormones. And what this does is it doesn't, Lady Care, it doesn't change your hormonal levels. It readjusts what is called the autonomic nervous system, which is part of your nervous system, which is affected by hormones. So it doesn't touch your hormones.
It doesn't affect the hormones, the estrogen or the progesterone. But everything in your body stays the same. But what do the magnets actually do? It tricks your brain into thinking something else?
It balances. Oh, they've been using magnets in medicine for thousands of years.
Of course.
So it rebalances the nervous system. I don't know. It's not like any magnet, like a fridge magnet. You can't do that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Of course.
But it's I don't know why it works, but it does work. It works on the nervous system. For me,
almost instantaneous, or how quick does this transition
It depends.
begin?
For me, it was instantaneous.
Really?
Or a day or two. Sometimes it can take a couple weeks. It depends. For me, it was instantaneous.
And eliminates these sort of episodes, not just reduce them. For you?
For me, it eliminated. I have no symptoms.
Well, you opted. I'm on hormone replacement, and I've been doing that for a lot of years. But the extremely low dose and the natural ones.
Yeah.
And that's what I opted for, and that's what works for me. And why did you decide not to do hormone replacement?
Well, I didn't decide not to. It's just that my doctor said to me, he's a bioidentical hormone
Yeah,
doctor.
I'm on those, yeah.
He said to me, before we go there, why don't you try this? Because this might work for you.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't, I knew that I didn't want to do the chemical route. And
Yeah.
you know, that
Nobody-
was
yeah.
not an option.
Yeah.
Sure.
nobody-
So, but yeah, I mean, it was the best thing.
How long have you been symptom-free?
5 years.
5 years by doing this. Now, would you want to be under a doctor's care, right? You want to address.
Well, for me, I still get my hormone levels checked, and
Sure.
and I, you know, for other reasons, I still do my blood tests once or twice a year.
Sure.
But I'm, you know, I mean, I'm.
Well, just because you were hot and you no longer want to be hot, you're still hot. Because you're still hot. You're also going to be touring too, I understand, next year, right?
No, I'm not. Actually,
Why? I thought you were going to go on tour again. You should. Buck, she needs to go. Why aren't you doing this?
because I'm going to India next week
Oh.
and doing. I'm finishing up my yoga teacher training, and I'm doing a rickshaw ride across India
For what reason?
because I have an animal project, an animal hospital in Calcutta, that I co-founded, and I'm raising money and for
awareness?
the hospital. Yeah,
Right? At a rickshaw, you're going to go how many miles?
1,300
Wow. That's
in a rickshaw.
Wow.
I had to get my motorcycle license here to be able to drive a rickshaw.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Wow.